Yeah, what's going on? You already know what it is. Your boy Tommy Guns, my man Sha, Dad the photographer, Ken from Heritage Hip Hop, Real Talk with the GoodFellaz, and we here to talk about music real quick. You already know how we do. Shout out to everybody tuned in right now, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, social media, however you watching this video. We appreciate y'all, and let's get into the music thing, man. You know what I mean? A lot of good music dropped this week. I think probably the most notable release has to be Nas's newest album, King's Disease. And what y'all think about it?
I feel like that album was a dope 90s album that Nas probably would have, like, if he had dropped that during a heyday, it would have been flames. But I think it's a dope album for him, but I can't front. It does sound a little dated in certain areas, but it's still a dope album. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a really, really solid Nas album.
Yeah. Yo, I gotta say, I listened to it one time. I like it, and not just because I'm a Nas fan. I mean, to me, Nas has a lot of amazing albums. To me, it kind of reminded me of Jay-Z's 444 project. I feel like it wasn't that boom bap like Illmatic hip hop. It was more like, I feel like quieter beats, like, you know what I mean? Like, because this dude's what, like 40 plus at this point? Like, I feel like it was more like laid back. Surprisingly, I feel like Hit Boy actually gave him like some low key beats. Like you think like
some lo-fi joints.
Yeah. For like for Nas to be messing with like, I guess like a now producer, like it, it wasn't like, it wasn't just like mumble rap or just any time. It was like, the beats were like real mellow. Like I said, it reminded me of 444 from Jay-Z. I liked it. To me, it wasn't necessarily like a banger type of album. It was more like a chill, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still here type of project from him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Ken, how'd you feel about the project?
I love the Nas album, top to bottom. I loved it, everything about it, because at the end of the day, it's about growth. And if everybody wants Nas to sound like Illmatic, that's why he keeps telling you, you're going to be disappointed because I'm not that man anymore.
Yeah.
As far as the music goes, I like the beats because they match mature Nas and not like hood Nas. It's basically us growing with the artists. Today's artists don't have an A&R, so we're growing with them as they progress in their career. With the older artists, we're aging with them as they're dying out from their career. So I appreciate it, from him giving pointers about health to him talking about hot topics like how women should be treated, even the things about himself as he dealt with self-doubt. And he brought our childhood favorites back with the Firm. So I mean, it was
that Firm track was dope.
Yeah, I was like, that Foxy Brown? I was like, word? Foxy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, and shout out to Dr. Dre at the very end of that track.
Was he really? I don't think I recognized it. I was long when I was listening to that song.
Yeah, it was like ad-libs towards the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was dope, man. I was glad that it was. I was glad that it was a good Nas album, man, because I didn't want him to drop nothing corny. Like, Peter. I mean, he's not prime, but you don't want to see him go out like that, like dropping no duds.
Yeah.
Like the Migos, whoo, every one of them dropped duds, bro. They're not classic, but I'm just mean like it's hard enough for longevity to be around that long and to still like say stuff that and still be able to like catch somebody's ear and have them be like, oh snap, like you hear that? That joint's dope, or that beat is fire. But I think this is a good lane for him where he's at. Like I didn't want to hear him really over nothing like crazy, no crazy beats.
Yeah. Speaking of Migos, Sha Murder, my man. Yo, I feel like I'm glad to have you in this panel because what I appreciate about all of us collectively is that we have different tastes in hip hop. Sha, you're not a Nas fan at all. You're definitely I feel like your musical tastes are definitely a lot different than maybe you know, a Nas type listener. How do you feel about the new project? Are you feeling it? Do you care? What's going on?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've heard everything but the Firm and one other song.
Okay.
I don't like. I mean, I don't hardly ever like Nas's albums.
Yeah.
I think to me, the last solid Nas album was the double disc, the Streets Disciple, and maybe one after he dropped after that. I haven't liked Nas, and I think Nas is too much. He's just monotonous, and you know, to Karev's point, there is growth, but Nas been growing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was rapping more mature years ago. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I just think it's the same old boring. Sorry?
You feel like it's more stagnant at this point?
Yeah, I think it's like the same old boring Nas. It's like he's never gonna like really upgrade his sound or anything. It's gonna be always Nas, you know.
So you're not a fan of the project?
Not at all.
Okay.
I definitely want to hear
context. I don't mean to interrupt. For context, Shah, who are you feeling right now?
Bird. Pause. Well, my favorite rappers is Top 5 Dead or Alive, Future, Project Pat, Juicy J, Eazy-E, and Young Jeezy.
Okay. Now that gives your comment context, because you know cats are like, yo, he don't like Nas, who he listen to? So, you know.
Yeah.
I have no idea what to make of that top 5 list, but I just wanted to everybody tuned in right now just so you understand, you know, our musical tastes and all that. My man Shah Murder, he's not really into the. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, like I said, everybody likes the music that they like. So, you know, my man Shah, not feeling it.
I think the best way I can put it is, to me, it's great. I mean, if you have lyrics, that's fine. But a lot of times, rappers that are super lyrical are also very boring to listen to and very monotonous and just songs sound the same. You know what I mean?
That's
to
right.
me, I like difference.
Joey Badass is a wordy, like Joey Badass, Kendrick Lamar, like Lupe Fiasco. That was another. Lupe dropped the album with somebody, and like this dude got a song about dinosaurs, and that joint is fire. Like, he's just, I think, but I get what Sean is saying. Like, it was here, like it was solid, but it wasn't like
it was mid.
Yeah, it didn't jump out. It was like, that's what I wanted to hear from Nas. I'm glad. It's almost like I was relieved it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what to expect.
Because what you don't want, like, I feel like somebody with Nas or somebody from, like, I guess the older generation, what you don't want is to them to try to get, like, the producer of the moment and try to sound like the sound of the moment. Like, if he had come out trying to sound like Migos or, God forbid, 6ix9ine or any of them cats, like, then I really would have, it would have been a rap. Like, and actually, when I heard that Hit Boy was producing this album, I was like, I wasn't sure, because I'm like, you know, when you think Nas, you think Primo, you think, like, you know, just certain producers. You know what I mean? So I was actually relieved that Nas kind of stuck to his lane. We don't always need, like, turn up music. Like, yo, bro, you're like 47 years old. We don't need you to turn up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but give me something growing up.
With all of that Nas album and things or hate, Nas continues to be the topic that hip hop always comes back to. What is Nas going to do? What is it going to sound like? And it's good. Personally, I love the album. I think it's a great album. It's not
he's breaking up.
I can't hear you, brother.
Definitely breaking up.
Is this better?
Yeah.
I took that from. All right, so like I said, Nas to me is always going to be the topic of conversation in hip hop. He's always going to be the barometer. How does Nas sound? What does Nas do? I personally love the album. I think it's a great album. It's not album of the year to me, but it's up there.
Yeah. And let's be realistic. What's album of the year at this point? I feel like the output of just albums this year period has been, you know, how many people actually put out albums and good albums? So, you know what I mean? You know, like, it just comes to time. Huh?
Album of the year is Shea Noir and Apollo Brown. That is by far the best album that came out this year.
What album?
Say that again.
Shea Noir and Apollo Brown. They did albums together. She's from Buffalo. Her album is by far the album of the year. And I got put on late when I heard it. That was the album that made you go, like that's hip hop. Great album by far.
I didn't even hear what you said. Sorry.
Well, Apollo Brown had a dope album. I mean, you know what it is? As far as
The album, the artist is Shea Noir, and the producer is Apollo Brown.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, you know, shout out to everybody tuned in right now. You know, everybody has their musical tastes and all that. So
I like K Michelle's album.
K Michelle.
I didn't know she had an album.
Yeah.
Yo, question. Y'all see the new Versus, right? The Brandy versus Monica. What y'all think about that?
Yes.
Who you think gonna win that one?
Monica's gonna rip her.
I think Monica's gonna get washed.
I think so too.
Although I like Monica better than Brandy, but if we're talking musical catalog, like, you know, Monica's getting washed.
If we're talking
can't believe you
first
said
10
that.
songs, I think she has a shot. But when you start getting into like the 20, I think Brandy gonna pull away.
Yeah.
I don't think Brandy has a snowflake's chance in hell.
Word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Monica is. I put Monica up there with the Whitney Houstons and the Mary J. Bliges. Like, she has.
Bro, now you just
music
blaspheming R&B music, period. You know what I'm saying?
Out.
You put
Monica.
Monica out there with Whitney Houston?
She's in that vein.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess everybody has their personal
Man, we already
favorite music.
We went over that, but dag, Whitney Houston?
Yeah.
Monica's up on Whitney Houston level? Okay. All right. I mean, listen, there's an opinion.
There's no
Okay,
right or wrong.
let me not say level. Let me not say level. Let me say more like category. Like, she's someone that has a catalog that's around the quality of Whitney Houston's.
I can name maybe 4 Monica songs that were hot. Period. Maybe 5 if I
can name quite a bit.
You know what I mean? But you know what? Hit us up. Let us know what's going on. Who do you think? Well, first, before we even get into that, so let's just quickly grade the Nas album before we switch over into the Brandy Monica things. I wanna, you know what I'm saying, get a little more in depth into that. So Nas, feeling like is it Dav? Is it worth the cop or stream or whatever we do these days?
Yeah, definitely. It's a B minus. B minus.
Okay.
I'll give it that.
Worth it?
I think it's a solid C.
Okay. Ken, you feeling it? How would you rate the Nas album?
A minus. No streaming. All purchases.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I would give the Nas. I feel like it's a good 7 out of 10. I feel like it's a solid project for a dope artist, kind of at the end of the road. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not super crazy, but it's just something super mellow, and it's grown folks music. So if you grown folks, you're gonna like it. If you turn up, you probably won't like it. But of course, I did purchase it. So, you know, shout out to Nas. You know what I mean? If you're watching right now, Real Talk with the GoodFellaz, definitely check that out. We've just given our opinion. It might be something that you like. Now, switching over, because I want to get more into that Brandy and Monica battle real quick.
Yeah.
So Sha, we just want to get this on the record. You feel like Monica not only would beat Brandy, but would wipe the floor with her. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Hardcore.
All right. Well, one more question, Sha. What are Monica's 5 best songs?
I mean, she got so many, but I know you're gonna clown me. But Love All Over
Probably.
Me, No Homo.
No, I'm sorry. Say it again.
Love All. I'm not repeating myself. You trying to be funny? Nah. You heard it already. I know you.
I didn't hear that one.
He said love all over me. Is that what he said? He said something like that? Okay.
That was a single?
That's one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never heard it.
I believe so.
Okay.
But I don't think they just play singles. But For You I Will, One of Them Days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shoulda Known Better.
Yeah.
And Before You Walk Out My Life.
Classic.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Monica
The
does
fifth one,
have joints.
I don't know that one.
Sorry?
I didn't know that. The fifth one, I didn't know that one. The first one.
Before You Walk Out My Life. That was on.
No, not that one. The first one you mentioned.
Yeah, the first one I never heard that either.
I've never heard that before.
Love All Over Me.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
man.
never heard this one.
You're deprived.
All right. Yo, so Dav, what do you think? Brandy versus Monica.
I think Brandy would overtake her eventually. I think her catalog is a little bit stronger, but then again, like I said, they're both after 10 songs. I don't know what they're gonna do for the next 10, to be honest. For both of them. Like, so it's like I'm good at the first 10 songs. I'm like, that's fire, that's fire, that's fire. But after 10, I'm like, all right, somebody's gonna tell me what song is hot because I stopped tuning in after that.
Pretty much. Yo, Ken, how you feeling about that battle?
Brandy, 100%. I think Brandy has the best song out of both of them, period. And that I'm not saying Monica's corny because she's not. She has great music. Out of the 5 songs Sean mentioned, he didn't even mention her big song with Missy. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, she has something to put up there. But
you got a lot of music, though.
I think Brandy has it because Brandy has classics. She has at least 3 bona fide classics that I think would overtake mine.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even mention Angel of Mine.
That song I've actually heard.
That would have been better than the other one, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Me personally, let me say this for the record. I like Monica more than Brandy. She looked better. But if battle-wise, I think Brandy probably would win, although I really don't care. I feel like Brandy has a slightly stronger catalog. I feel like she can sing a little bit better. And I feel like Brandy had a run back in the mid-90s where she was like one of the top chicks in the game. I wasn't a fan per se, but I'll acknowledge it for what it is. So I think, although I'd be rooting for Monica, I think Brandy, like I said, has a stronger catalog and overall just a better artist. And, it is what it is.
Let me make my case a little bit.
Okay.
I personally believe that Monica is kind of like, I forgot what rapper that I said that was relevant in more longer time period. I think last time we had the thing. I think Monica has released as recent as 2010. She released Still Standing, that has Everything to Me, Love All Over Me, which I think Dav said he ain't here, but
I didn't hear that either.
I gotta listen to
that
it.
song's out there.
Okay.
That song is out there, and also I think that Monica, that For You I Will was released on the same soundtrack for Space Jam. If you remember, as R. Kelly's Monster, I Believe I Could Fly. Like, her music is like more classic-ish, you know what I mean? As opposed to Brandy, she got like little teen bopper jams, but I don't think it's like, I think Monica has a more widespread catalog.
Okay, that's what's up. There's no right or wrong answers here. We chopping it up, talking about music right now. Roundtable discussion with the GoodFellaz.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I said that one song for argument for Brandy. She had that Sitting Up in My Room song off the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. That was fire. Like that was that went for.
She had a run.
It's gonna be interesting.
Her first album.
Yeah. She hasn't released anything recent that I think hit the radio. I don't know. I don't listen to the radio like this.
Yeah, Brandy actually just dropped the album like last month. Nobody cares. She did drop an album. You know what I'm saying?
Which I listened to it and it was trash too. So it's like, I ain't like it.
All I know is when The Boy Is Mine dropped by them back in the day, I was definitely Team
Pause.
Monica. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, listen, there's no way no dude is gonna choose Brandy over Monica. That's just how I felt about it. You know what I'm saying? And but that's our opinion. Let us know. Everybody tuned in right now watching this video, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, however you watching this video, let us know what you think. The battle is going down when? Does anybody know?
The 31st,
Monday.
I think. Yeah, Monday at 8, I think, on Versus TV.
Okay. Shout out to Versus. They trying to get all this money.
Word, like, yo, that's hustling, man.
Yo,
Yeah.
That's hustling.
my personal opinion, I think Versus is part of what's keeping the music industry going. In my opinion.
Because all those songs in those verses, they have playlists for them. They got stuff on there. Like, they got Versus cheat sheets. Like, people are going back there and they're listening to music. I mean, listen, there are people that probably had no idea who the heck DMX really was like that. They probably recycling all his old music, Jadakiss's old stuff, like stuff that came out when we was in college. Like, yo, like all that stuff is being recycled. And
they'll even drop like exclusive joints that sometimes we haven't even heard. And I remember Erykah Badu, she had the battle with Jill Scott, and she had dropped this one joint. I was like, yo, and I'm an Erykah Badu fan. I was like, yo, I never even heard of that joint. I went back and I researched it. So I think it's definitely in 2020 where the pandemic has affected everything from movies, music, everything. Yo, we got to get entertainment how we can get it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Versus for doing that.
Word.
Once again, this has been Real Talk with the GoodFellaz Music Roundtable. You can hit us on social media. Shout out to my man Dav, by the way, for more in-depth discussion of music, culture, all that, movies, and a collective perspective. D, let them know more about that.
Do we got time to talk about Jaguar, right?
Oh, Yeah.
Wait, go ahead.
Well, you know what? Let's do a separate. We're gonna need another segment for that because we're actually already at the 15-minute mark.
True. Well, listen, I'm gonna do my look. Hit me up on IG, DAV_AEP. That's DAV_AEP. I also AEP presents First Thoughts Facebook group. Holla at us. Get me in over there.
For more in-depth music analysis, heritage hip hop is always the place to go. Ken, let them know where they can reach you at.
We got heritage hip hop everywhere. Any social media, heritage hip hop. We have our own website, www.heritagehiphop.com, where we celebrate God and you. God is hip hop, not music.
That's what's up. Yo, it's your boy Tommy Guns. Of course, you can check this out, GoodFellazTV.com, along with all types of other content. Matter of fact, if you want to download the latest album from Brandy, from Monica, singles, whatever you want, GoodFellaz TV is the place to go. All the stuff that you need, make sure you check that out. Hit me on Facebook, social media, whatever. You know what I mean? Instagram, all that stuff. This has been
and if you want to fuck with a rock star, GOTHYQ on Instagram.
Definitely, man.
And Snapchat.
And for everybody who wants to know Shah's top 5 and Shah's personal picks for like some of the hottest music out, definitely check him out there. Instagram, all over the Instagram, my man Shah. You know what I mean? So check him out. And like I said, man, we're running out of time. Real Talk with the GoodFellaz. We will be back. Shout out to everybody tuned in. We appreciate y'all.
All right.